Hello everyone, this is Hilal Paksoy Şanlı speaking. Today we're going to be studying about exercises for making suggestions for 7 B and C levels. Let's take a look at our first activity. Complete the question. What are we doing next Saturday? What to the movies? Since I see a question mark here, I know that I'm going to ask a question. So here I'm going to use what about going to the movies. Since after what about and how about I'm using verb with its ing form. Good idea! What song? Watch Vampire Diaries. Here the points at the end, the marks at the end are very important to choose what suggestion form that I'm going to use. Here I see an exclamation mark. That's why the only thing that I can use is let's. Let's watch Vampire Diaries. And after let's we're using the verb in its first form. Oh no! Why the new Pirates of the Caribbean? Since I've got why here, the only form that I can use to make suggestions is that why don't we see the new Pirates of Caribbean? They're talking about a movie and making a suggestion to watch it. Okay then, at the Indian restaurant, I am not asking a question. I've got a point or an exclamation mark. I'm going to use let's eat. Okay then, let's eat at the Indian restaurant. Oh yes, Jenny says it's great. Have a dinner here, dinner there. Since I don't see a question mark, I need to use let's have. And the verb in its first form. Catch the bus. I'm seeing a question mark here, so I'm going to ask a question. I can use how about catching a bus? Because I'm asking a question. I could also use what about catching the bus or why don't we catch the bus? No, walk back home. I see a point here, a period, so I'll say let's walk back home. Verb in its first form. How meet at 3 p.m. in front of the cinema? I'm seeing a question mark here and also see how. So the only option that I should use is about. How about meeting at 3 p.m. in front of the cinema? Sure, see you on Saturday, then bye. So let's take a look at our conversation again. What are we doing next Saturday? What about going to the movies? Good idea. What's on? Let's watch Vampire Diaries. Oh no, why don't we see the new Pirates of the Caribbean? Okay then, let's eat at the Indian restaurant. Oh yes, Jenny says it's great. Let's have a dinner there. How about catching the bus? No, let's walk back home. How about meeting at 3 p.m. in front of the cinema? Sure, see you on Saturday then. Bye. Now, choose the correct answer. Hi David, we're going to the mountains. Why? Come with us. Now I'm checking the options. You don't you, do you, doesn't you. Since I know that in questions I'm going to use the helping word at the beginning of the subject, these are both correct, so I cannot use this one. Doesn't you, doesn't is used with third person subjects like he, she, and it. That's why I cannot say doesn't you. So there are two options here. While making an offer, I use why don't you. That's why I'm choosing B for the answer. Why don't you come with us? 2. It's a beautiful day. Go to the beach. I see an exclamation mark here. That's why I cannot choose a question form. Let's take a look. I can use let's. That's okay. I know that I can use it with exclamation mark sentences, but still I'm checking the others. Why do you is a question sentence. I cannot choose it. How about is a question sentence. I can't use it. Shall we? Again, it's a question sentence, so I can't use it. That's why I need to choose A. 3. We all love Turkish food, so go to the rest in the Oxford Street. Again, I don't see any question mark, so I'm going to check our options. What about is a question sentence? Let's is used with positive and with exclamation mark sentences, so it's the correct option, but I'm still checking the others. Shall I is a question sentence. Why don't we is a question sentence. So I can easily omit the others and choose B. 4. Our mother wants a new bag. What about father for help? Here I'm using a question mark, but I got what about. After what about, I cannot use to ask, I cannot use verb in its bare form, I cannot use simple past, but I can only use the verb with its ing form. It's warm and sunny. Go to the beach. I've got a period here, so I'm checking the answers. Shall we? I cannot use it since I'm using it with question form. What about? Again, I cannot use it. I'm using it with question form. Why don't we is used for making a suggestion, but still I'm using it with the question form. But let's is the only choice since with periods I'm using let's. I can use period or exclamation mark. I'm bored. How about the football match this afternoon? I'm seeing a question mark here and I see how about. I know that after how about I need to choose the verb with ing. I cannot say to go, or went. How about going to the football match this afternoon? Watch a good film on TV. Let's take a look at the options. I know that I'm going to use let, but this must be the true one because I already have an exclamation mark. To let watch, no. Let's watch, no. Let's, no. Let's watch a a good film since I'm using us in a short form here. If you haven't got a job, why study any foreign languages? Here I've got a question mark. I'm going to ask a question. Since it's positive and in the first form, I'm going to take a look at the options. Doesn't you is not an option. I'm using doesn't with he, she, and it third person subjects. Are you is not an option because we're using are with continuous tense. What are you doing? Why don't you study some of any foreign languages? Yes, it's a suggestion, so I can choose this. Why you don't? It's not an option because in questions I need to place the helping verb in front of the subjects. 9. Celebrating your birthday at the meeting point. I've got a question mark. Let's celebrating is not an option because I've got a question mark. Shall we celebrating is not an option because after shall I'm using verb in its first form. Why don't you? Again, the same thing applies. We're using verb in its first form. How about celebrating your birthday is the correct choice because I'm using verb ing after how about. How about celebrating your birthday at the meeting point? 10. Meet at the cafe at 5 o'clock. I've got a period here, so I'm going to omit the questions. Shall we is a question. How about is a question form. What about is a question form, but only let's is used with period and exclamation mark. Shall we a museum? After shall, just like will, can, may, we're using the verb in its first form. Shall we visit a museum? Why don't we a picnic? I cannot use to with it. I cannot use ing. Ing is only used with emizar. Why don't we have a picnic? Since I'm asking a question with using the subject we. Let's a hotel near the beach. After let's, I know that I'm using verb in its first form. Let's book a hotel near the beach, so I can easily omit the others. What about a group tour? After what about, I'm using the verb with ing form, so I'm going to omit A and C. I've got B or D. I know that in present continuous tense with ing, E drops and instead we use I. That's why the only option is D, taking. How about taking a group tour? I didn't understand simple past tense. So what is the answer here? First one, why don't you ask your math teacher? But the thing I understand is about English, so I cannot ask my math teacher. Let's do shopping. Well, that's a great idea, but I don't understand past tense. Shopping is not my problem. What about asking our English teacher? Yes, these are related. Let's keep it. But let's read the other one. Shall we ask our history teacher? Well, our history teacher doesn't speak English. Maybe, I don't know for sure. But I know for sure that our teacher knows about simple past tense. So I'm choosing C. 16. Hi, Jem. How about drinking coffee? So, what might his answer be? Since he said, I love it very much, that means I understand that he is accepting the offer. Great idea is a good choice, but let's read the others. That's a bad idea gives us a refusal. I'm afraid I can't gives us another refusal. No thanks gives us another refusal. So the only phrase that he accepts the offer is great idea A. 17. My mom has a headache, so what can she say about that? Let's take a look at the options. Why don't you go to the doctor? But it's about my mom. My mom has to go. So why do I go? This is not an option. Shall we drink cold water? My mom has a headache. How can drinking cold water help it? It doesn't help it. Why doesn't she go to a dentist? Wow, this is the same subject. I'll keep it. Let's listen to the music. This is not related. The only thing that related as a suggestion is option C. Why doesn't she go to the dentist? 18. And the last page. Hi, Emily. It's Kate calling. I heard a good romance is playing at the cinema. Shall we go together? Oh, I don't know the answer, but I'm going to go on. Can you come and pick me up on your way? Pick up means taking somebody from their home by car. So I understand that she accepts the offer. I'm sorry, I'm busy tonight. That's a refusal phrase. No, I'm not feeling well. Again, that's a refusal. Yes, I'd love to. I love romances. That's an acceptance that we're looking for. See, but I'll still read it. I'd love to, but I have to study for my exam. This is another refusal offer. 19. How about going for a walk? Okay, maybe next time. Since Matt's saying it's a next time activity, I understand that here we see a refusal. So let's take a look at the options. Sure, where are we going? Now that's an acceptance. So it's not what I want. Certainly, I'm bored at home. This is not what I want. This is again an acceptance. I'm sorry, but I'm really tired. Here I'm giving a negative answer. I'm refusing the offer. Yes, why not is another positive and acceptance answer. The answer that we're looking for is C, to refuse it. 20. Ali, I'm bored. Let's do something. Yes, why not? I don't like it. Let's go out and eat something. Here, since I say it, I need to look for a question that Bora doesn't like. Do you like watching a film? This might be an answer. Let's move on. How about going out? Well, this is an answer, but he wants to go out and eat something. That means that there is another offer here. Do you eat in a restaurant? This is a yes/no question, so I skip that. Let's cook. I don't like it, so I'm talking about a noun. So I choose A. Do you like watching a film? No, I don't like it. Let's go out and eat something is having the same verb and same answer, so the answer is A. So everyone, that's the end of our suggestion exercises. Thank you for listening. Stay at home, stay safe, and stay healthy, everyone.